You know what time it is? It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's Tuesday, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Tuesday. Great night last night. You can see what's going on behind me. Y'all see what's going on. TSU is in the building. Where all my TSU alumni and the TSU fans. We'll talk about that in a minute, but you know I want to recognize the first 5 people that signed into the Chop Shop feed. Let me look at these people. Melvin Dews. He said class in session. Kevin Lewis is in the building. Rod Wells, JY for Life is in the building. That is Moody all the way from Chicago is in the building. Alex Sestero is in the building. Alex, I'm still waiting on you, man. Yesterday, I don't know what you was talking about. Talking about that boy, some play you talking about. Talking about it was a bad play. I was waiting on your rebuttal. You didn't rebut back to me, Alex. Smart man though. And then my 6th lady of the day, the first lady, Miss Mindy Collins is in the building. And I see you, Chris Charles. You in early today, but hey, that goes Sonya. Okay, I got my girls here now. Hold up, I got Sonya, I got Mindy. Oh, I got Brandy. Hold on, let me keep looking. I got Dale. I'm good. I got Monte. I got Donald Hall. I got. Oh, Rod Wells said he loved the TSU background. Y'all, come on, y'all. Man, I was so proud when I thought it was a misprint. I thought somebody was pranking me. Because the game came on a little earlier, right? And I didn't tape it. I didn't, I went back and watched bits and pieces of it. Congratulations to TSU, man. I mean, I was just thinking about it. My son, I don't know what he's doing, texting me. He know I ain't answer the phone this time of the day. Hey, man, get a life. But, Texas Southern, they stunned the number 20th ranked Florida Gators in Gainesville, 69-54. Monster upset on the road for Johnny Jones and his crew. That's all I was thinking about is Johnny Jones. Proud of him. We've been talking about this. We've been thinking we say it can happen. I think somebody on this show came on, Chris, Jimmy, I said, man, it's going to happen. Chris saying they're catching up. Chris always texts me, hey, man, because he's watching so much basketball because he analyst for the CBS, the network, and he always telling me, he said, Robert, they're catching up. And Jimmy, I think, tweeted last night talking about the average age of TSU's roster is 23 years old. And these guys, he says, the equivalent to your kid going in as an 18-year-old freshman is the equivalent of him 12 and under playing 17 and under. A 12-year-old playing against a 17 under team. So he said TSU is on the no, Barry, let me tell you something. Nike ain't the only company. It's always good to have options. It's always, and I think the whole a lot of the SWAC, not the whole SWAC, but a lot of the SWAC had a relationship with Under Armour. But I tried to hook them up with TSU Nike this year, but for some reason, I know my guy left, so I don't know what happened after that. But I would like to see them in Nike gear. But hey, Under Armour, hey, Stephon Curry, I'm not too bad about that. She said her audio is behind. Let's see something. My girl, I don't want my girl's audio behind. Let me see something. Let me see something. Oh, hold on. I got a little gadget here. I can take off, and you tell me what you think. I put a setting on last night, Sonya, and it might be affecting you. Let's try that, Sonya. Is that better? Tell me, is that better? I that was my fault. I put a setting. I was working with the equipment last night, and I put a setting on, and that So it was me. It was me. It was me, son. Thank you, Sonya. I love you. That's why. Oh, thank you so much, Sonya. Because in this in this a light telling me it was messed up. Um, bro, did you write? You just write an essay on the comp. Who did that? Landon? Hold on, Landon. Something happened. Landon, who you talking about? Somebody wrote a novel. Oh, she sure did. Wow. Oh yeah, he did write an article. I can't read all that. I can't read all that. Hey, email me all that mess, Alex. God damn, Alex. When I'm doing a show like this, I can't read no novel. Just use a comment or email me. Thank you, Brand, Landon. Dang, Alex. The show is not for essays. We taking short answers on the show. Come on, Alex. Come on. Uh, no, it wasn't your. I changed the setting. See, y'all, I'm preparing for when other people come on and they like a little bit behind. So I got to figure out how to catch them up. Come on, come on, Alex. Uh, yeah, don't write that long ass thing no more. But yeah. Okay, yeah. But on the chop shop, let's keep them short and sweet. We like them short and sweet. Hey y'all, I got a couple of things I want to share with you. Hey, who been? Hold up, where my girls at? Mindy, Sonya. Guess who I done fell in love with? I don't like her as a musician. I just haven't. I like her as a person, but I don't like her songs because sometimes some women's songs I just don't like them. But I like Mary J. Blige as a person, you know. But I never liked her songs. I don't know why. She can't sing. So, but I am loving her on Power Book 2 Ghost. And some of y'all might ain't never seen it. But my man Ghost left. I thought I wasn't gonna never watch Ghost no more. I mean Power no more, right? And I thought I used to hate Tariq. But now I done fell in love with Tariq. And this Mary J. Blige. I just wanted to share that. I saw something and I just wanted to check. Have anybody seen her in this? I'm just checking. But y'all, I gotta get a little serious because I was thinking about some. Thank you, Kevin. Her music appeals to women. Yeah, I don't like her music. Uh, no, I've seen her. Hold on, I done seen her at a concert. Her concerts were terrible. I walked out and go out in the rain. But women like her. Men just don't like her. But I love her in Power, and I just wanted to see that y'all. But y'all, I was thinking about some other day. You know, I got to get something to put on your mind. There's a 72-year-old black man named Joe Madison, who I just watch and love to death, has gone 29 days without solid food. He will continue until Biden and the Democratic senators end the filibuster and pass the voting rights bill, the John Lewis voting rights bill. Joe Madison is risking his life. He's 72 years old to save our democracy. I want you to share this story. I want you to demand the Democratic senators to act now. You can call them. Go to the Five Calls app. And I know a lot of y'all didn't know this, but I've been knowing this because I've been walking. I watch him a lot, and I've been walking him through these 29 days. He's one of my heroes. He's the one when we say, I learned with Martin Luther King. He said the two most dangerous two most dangerous things in the world is sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. Then he always talk about how we are marginalized. And I mean, I just love Joe Madison. Unbelievable man. But he's out here, man. He willing to risk his very life to protect the right to vote and save our democracy. I want us Democratic senators. ought to be willing to change a simple Senate rule. A filibuster is not a constitutional rule, it's a Senate rule, and it can be changed. So have him in your prayers. Had to share that with you, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of y'all just don't know. And guess what? God put me in here to make sure you know. And my sister posted something last night. The Black Eagle. There he is. The Black Eagle. My sister posted something last night, and I thought about it, and it might help some of y'all. She said it is dangerous to have people around you that envy you. They look at you as competition while you look at them as friends. I want y'all to check that one out. I want y'all to soak on that for a minute. It's dangerous to have people around you that envy you. They look at you as competition while you look at them as friends. And shout out to if anybody let me know. What's up, Kenneth Lofton? Let me know when Coach Kenneth Gamble is on the feed. I want to shout out to him every day. What's up, Reginald Simpson? Every other day or every day. Um, he always put the young guys who from the Houston area. He always put their stats of what they did on the night. Oh, the night. You talking about Houston, how Houston looks tonight. And follow him. You know, you can catch him on Twitter. For what I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna start liking or retweeting it so y'all can have this information talking about our young guys who are in college and how. I mean, that's a heck of a job to do. He sits up there and he just do it every night. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. I'm gonna give him all his flowers right now. King Gamble. He probably not on the show, but I appreciate him for doing that for us. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Texas Southern, but I don't want to double talk about it because I know that's all Jimmy gonna talk about it. You know, so I don't want to double talk about it. But let me see, Ken Gamble. Hold up, Kenneth. Let me try to find him, y'all, right quick. I can't find him. I can't find him. But he does that every single day, y'all. Just I wish I can find him. Y'all, I'm telling you, I can't find that stuff. And I just want to shout out to him today. Before Jim, the true statement couldn't be more. Oh, okay. Hey, thank you, Sandra. Sandra, I got something else, Sandra, for us. Cause I know it's the holidays, but you know how you have you have kids. You might have kids. I got sisters. I got 5 brothers and 5 sisters. Uh, so over the last few weeks, my sisters, they all, going back and forth. I mean, just family. Then you go, but you got friends and got who got kids. One kid, kind of mad because the mama do something for the other kid. Yeah, I hope y'all know what I'm talking about. But I thought about something, and it's really, people text me this weekend telling me about some stuff. Right? What's up, De'Aaron? I'm about to release some of us. Let's share the show because this gonna be somebody in your family might need this. Somebody, one of your friends might need this. Because I think it's profound. And but I want to give you an encouraging word today. And I really did I share, yeah, I shared it already. Uh Sandra, Sonia, check this out. We shouldn't care too much about people not liking us. Okay? Some people spend their entire day shaped by what other people think about them. Okay? Other people that are not you. Some people spend their whole day, listen, I'm telling you the truth now. Spend their entire day shaped by other people that are not you. Don't let that happen. We are literally creating an environment when we care so much about what other people think about us. We create an environment where other people end up having the power to determine our emotional state of being. It's some people out there, my friends, that they just don't like you. It it I'll talk about Memphis later. We'll talk about that. We'll wait till Jimmy get here. Some people, uh, some people out there, y'all, my friend, they just don't like you. Guess what? That's okay. There are some people out there not gonna like you because of what you have, and they don't. There, there are going to be some people who don't like you because you are going where they can't. Okay? You're going where they can't. There, there are going to be some people out here, y'all, that don't like you because they really are unhappy with their own lives. And they're projecting that against you. Some people don't like you because, now hold up, some people don't like you because you're mean and you're not a nice person. There's multiple sides to this, but I ain't talking about y'all today. But some people don't like you because you're mean. But you know what I learned, Mindy? I'm going to allow them their room they need to grow. I'm going to allow them the room that they need to grow. Don't ever limit who you are because of these other people's inability to value you. This real. This didn't happen this week in my family and my friends, and it was just telling me certain things. And I'm talking to them. I'm talking to you. Allow them to dislike you in peace. Sonia, allow them to dislike you in peace. Keep it moving. It makes no difference who on who you listen. What they say don't make no difference to who you really actually are. The world is not set up for you to make best friends with everybody. And it's okay. Sometimes your purpose is going to require you to have to move away from certain relationships. Out of certain friendship circle. Some of y'all might have to get out this basketball circle because it's too toxic for you. Y'all know I'm bringing it back home to this community for your own betterment. Now I see why a lot of parents, when their kids graduate, they get out the hell away from all these Negroes. Do not concern yourself with whether others like you or not, y'all. That do not like you and don't have a valid reason to. But now, if they have a valid reason not to like you, then that's on you. Then you got to make amends. Now, hold up. I ain't talking about people just don't. Now, if you done really done something to them people, I understand. But I'm seeing this a lot, especially in this community, this basketball community. He talked about your son more than he talked about my son. He ain't mentioned my son. I probably ain't seen your son. I'm not on Twitter like Jimmy and Doug and them. They see all of y'all kids. I just see certain kids that I happen to catch my eye. You see how different people think. Teddy Wheeler was on the show yesterday, and him and Jimmy thought two different ways about two different kids. Teddy bring up another kid. Jimmy said, "Oh, I got to bring up this kid." That's just how it is. But if you wrong somebody, this is not an excuse for you not rectifying that negative energy you done put out there. Okay, this ain't that party. But everybody ain't gonna like you, sis. Everybody ain't gonna like you, bro. But guess what? I want peace and purpose in my house and the people around me. My daughter came to town. She said, Dad, you just so peaceful now. She said, Dad, you just, I mean, when your baby who's seen you at your worst, sit and just say, Dad. But y'all, let me tell y'all something. I don't surround myself with a whole lot of people. I might do this show. I don't surround myself with a lot of people. Y'all got to remember, I didn't. I thrived during the pandemic because I had some time to be with me and the people that I love. I just found out how much more they love me. So I don't have time. I don't care who don't like me. Because I got some people that'll jump out of the airplane for me. Everybody can't say that. I told my son years back, I said, I don't know about your mama. I don't know about nobody else. But I will take a bullet for you. Nobody else in the world. Him and my, those two, I'll take a bullet for them. I can't take, and I always tell them, all your friends might not be my friends, but all your enemies are mine. I'm the one that don't never hear gossip. Because why? When people come to me with gossip, somebody come telling me about Sonya Billis, I'm saying, whoa, 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 whoa. That's my girl. Now, whatever you telling me now, I'm going to tell her about what your ass just said. That's how you stopped the gossiping. Peace, y'all. I'm watching a lot of these parents and a lot of these people, a lot of these kids don't have peace. They don't. You got this guy over here talking about, this guy over here talking about, this guy. They don't know what to believe. We got a lot of people that's got Twitter. Everything that's on Twitter, mamas and daddies, don't be listening to all of these guys. I don't have no advantage. I'm not in this space. But I'm overlooking this space. When I take, like Mindy, I said, Mindy, I don't watch baseball. But she find out when I want to know about something, I go study it. I've been sitting back studying this industry. So what? Parents like Barry McDonald, all of y'all can have a better experience. And see, y'all got to realize some people don't care if y'all have a good experience in this basketball thing because they wasn't parents. They don't care. They just want to get your money. A lot of people just want to get your money. They don't care. And guess what? If that's what they do, guess what? We can't worry about what they do because you control it. You don't have to show up and support a lot of this mess. You know, we done got so crazy out here. We are, check this out. We have people coming under dummy accounts. Y'all know I've been watching this. And guess what? Some of y'all this dude went from 0 followers. Some of y'all following him now. Because y'all want to hear that bullshit. Y'all want to hear that bull crap. Think about that. Somebody explain that to me. Sonya, Mindy, T.R. Holmes, Barry McDonald. Y'all explain to me. Somebody come and have a dummy account So he don't want you to know who he is, so he can say any damn thing. He can say with no accountability, and you go follow him. What's wrong with us, y'all? What's wrong with this community? Shout out to Texas Southern again. But I just want to know. Ain't nobody gonna say it but me. Think about it, Ken Dean. Parents of basketball players think they know know everything because they got it off Twitter. And I've always tell y'all better go look at some listen, y'all listen to me. Some educated men have sent me some information on text. And the first thing I said to them, have you vetted this information before you send it to me? What's up, Patrick Henry? Have you vetted? Have you checked out this? Have you checked out the sources? I made one search and found out that was untrue. But what we do, we see it and we just go off on it. I'm serious. And let me help y'all. I'm still waiting on Jimmy, but I think I got to share this. Something just said, Robert, you got to share this. I've been had this for weeks. But I want y'all to understand a small number of tech companies. Got to understand, I've been to Silicon Valley. I know how they work. Have amassed enormous power in our modern world. Some of these companies weren't even thought about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, but they have amassed enormous power in our modern world. Do they wield this power responsibly? Or do they abuse it to benefit themselves? I was listening to a podcast. A guy named Tristan Harris said, the closest thing Silicon Valley has to a conscience. This is what Facebook and all these Twitter and all these people come. The closest thing they have to a conscience to better understand what we can do about they have no they control how we they control how we talking to each other right now. And I'm talking about them. I'm talking about YouTube. I'm talking about Facebook too. Let's say you are looking out of the window, Barry McDonald, and you see what you see. Okay? Everybody, Melvin Dudes, everybody, Patrick, you looking out and you see what you see, right? But social media has become the reality constructing infrastructure in your mind now. Social media can tell you what you looking at out that window ain't really what's looking at what it is. That in itself is a problem. They are constructing your reality for you. Mine too. Social media is constructing our reality for us. Social media is not looking out of your window. You looking out of that window, but you looking through their screen and their window of reality. Barry McDonald, I've been had this on my heart for a month. Are my friends all happy? Are my friends all happy and basically on a beach in Tulum? Hell no, they ain't. According to Instagram, That is reality. All my friends on a beach in Tulum. I ain't even heard of Tulum until I started hearing about some of these black folks going to Tulum during the pandemic in Mexico. It's a place, it's a new resort, a newer resort. It's new to us, not new to them. Listen, I'm not talking negative about because social media is good too now. I love it. It's allowing us to talk right now. Okay. Is everyone angry all the time? Or is Twitter basically casting this huge net at what everyone is angry about for the last week, and then they say in your mention, in case you missed it? I got to take a drink. I want y'all to hear that one, because I don't think y'all got that one. Is everybody ain't angry all the time. We know it not. But Twitter cast a huge net over the well of what everybody's angry about for the last week. And then they pull it up in your thing, say, in case you miss it. So now you know what's making everybody. In the last 72 hours, here's the list of outrage. So how's this gonna make you feel? These things are basically sorted out for a very particular set of things that are good for them. Twitter is getting attention. Getting attention. A lot of people have landlines because you might need a fax, Kevin Free. It ain't nothing wrong with not having a landline. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. In the case of Instagram, things that inspire anorexia are really good for teen girls getting their attention. So they put it out there on Instagram. In the case of Instagram for young boys, basically soft porn rabbit holes of infinite photos of hot girls is what keep the young boys' attention. No, you good. You good. And in the case of YouTube, the conspiracy theories and rabbit holing of the Holocaust denial, people saying it wasn't a Holocaust, flat earth conspiracy videos are really good at getting attention. In the case of Facebook, extreme groups recommended to people was really good at getting people attention. And that's what radicalized this world. In the case of Facebook and Twitter and TikTok, they start personalizing people's news feed to get a better at getting attention. So they personalize their news feed. If I see Kevin Freitman keep lacking this and lack this, I'm going to keep sending him that. Which means that affirmation rather than information is what dominates that reality, constructing infrastructure. I'm going to repeat that one because I know a lot of people in the back row. Oh, they sending you stuff not to inform you, but the stuff you already know you're interested in. Affirmation, to affirm the stuff you already. If you keep clicking whatever pics, they're gonna keep sending you them. If you keep doing this, they're gonna keep sending you this. We have been deranged as a society, not all of us, me too, inadvertently by not intentionally, but not intentionally by these brain implants. These are brain implants. by 3 to 4 tech companies are controlling the way we think. So I'm going to bring this back to this community. These guys on Twitter, don't let them control the way you think. Because if they see you liking something, they're going to keep giving you that same sorry ass stuff. I ain't got to wait. I'm already prepared. I'm preparing us. Alfio. Alfio, let me show you what he. Evidently, you ain't been listening. I am preparing people for this. Alfio said, how to just wait on the virtue. I know you. I'm preparing people for this. Just 3 or 4 tech companies are controlling y'all. Especially in this COVID world, the way we see the world. They dominated through COVID because that's how we connected with each other. Zoomed. I bet you ain't never one of y'all know nobody who owns Zoom. I think most people can relate to that. They have family members that can't talk anymore. You can't talk to anymore. Because they have a different set of views than you. Over this last year and a half, have y'all encountered that? Some of my folks has gone crazy. I might just be the only one. I might just be the only one. Y'all family perfect. We have all been kind of radicalized, y'all, in some more extreme direction, and don't know it because we only see what the other side look like. We only see what our side look like. And the other people, we call them crazy, just like I just call my kinfolk crazy. But they saying the same thing about me. Check this out, man. There's a study that came out in the Wall Street Journal. It was cited in the Facebook internal document. You know, when the whistleblower on Facebook, that 64% of the extremist groups, like the white nationalist group, the crazy, most intended militant groups on Facebook, were actually driven by Facebook's own recommendation system. Check this out. This lady who became a new mom, she joined an organic baby food moms group. This is a group of moms that wanted to make their own baby food. This was in 2017. What do you think was the top recommended group for new moms who are in this organic baby food group? It has been obviously been politicized now. But it was basically moms against vaccines. That's what this mom group, but Facebook starts sending them a lot of stuff on moms against vaccine. And what she found in her research is, once you join one of these vaccine groups, they say to her, by the way, do you want the QAnon? Or do you want the flat earth theory? Or the chemtrails? And it shows people all of these other groups. Think about it. It started as a mom's. Jimmy, I'm gonna bring you in a second. It started as moms. It's unbelievable, y'all. Man, it's when I tell y'all, and now they send them all kind of stuff. That's why I'm telling you, you have to watch what you get on social media. But I'm gonna bring Jimmy in. I'm gonna finish this topic. I'm gonna put a thumbnail right there. But I'm gonna finish this topic tomorrow or the next day. Cause it's more. It's more. Jimmy, welcome to the show, man. Got your homeboys in the background. You know, you had a cup of coffee over there. You know, you had a cup of coffee over there. I know you happy than a I can't say that. Boy, since we verified on YouTube, y'all notice I can't, it's a lot of stuff I ain't been saying. Yes, cause I have to check off on each time the show is over. I got to make sure we ain't saying too much crazy stuff. So it's okay. We can say a little bit, but I got to check off on it and I got to sign off on it. So y'all gonna get me in trouble. But Jimmy, what's up, man? I was just talking about social media because I remember Teddy mentioned yesterday. You know, when people mention stuff to me, I listen. You know, I listen and go and think about it. He talked about the validity of some people on Twitter and people just in this basketball community just in the damn way. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy, I'm gonna tell you what I tell you what got me, and it hit me. I went. Somebody had, you know, you remember they tagged me into something, right? But this one particular burner account, when they first tagged me long time ago, he didn't have no followers. Jimmy, people in this damn community been following that damn clown. This how sick this community is. They knew it was a burner account. They knew it was somebody hiding about it. Who had no accountability. He didn't have to have no accountability. You don't never have to show his face. He can say anything he want to. And I like that. I like that because that happened to my son. I like that because that happened to my son. I like that. I like that. I like that. I said, get the hell out of here. Jimmy, that messed me up. So now this guy can say some more of that ignorant shit, but guess what? Now he got some followers to listen to it. Excuse me, YouTube. It's unbelievable, man. This community. I know, like Mordecai told Esther, you were born for such a time as this. Boy, somebody gonna get that. Your Bible readers gonna get that one. I was born for such a time as this because guess what? I can talk about it and share with y'all. Man, y'all can't be listening to these people they can do this. I've seen emails with people lying, saying they own certain committees and not. I guess a lot of people lie on their resume. I think y'all lie. See, some people might do that. But don't they know that all you got to do is Google it and see that you're not on this committee? Jimmy, me personally, I didn't know these committees was that damn important. That you got to lie. Like them girls told you, know the girls you say, you don't have to lie to kick it. Yes, I do, because you would, yeah. Yes, I do. Until I pull up in his Porsche, you didn't speak to me. I pulled up in a hoopie. Jimmy, you know I did that before at TSU when we could ride through the middle of the campus. I pull up in a little hoopie. There ain't nobody speaking. Boy, I pull up in that monster. They just surround the car. That's just how it is. But Jimmy, I just want to share. I mean, you've been in this business for a long time. How does this make you feel, man? And I know you can't do nothing about it. I ain't talking about that. But I know deep down inside, you've been out here trying to do this and do this and do this. But you got people that come on this, you got burner accounts that's getting followers. Y'all got to explain that to me. I'm sorry. Y'all got to explain it. Jimmy, you got the flow. I got to turn on my damn air conditioner. I done got caught. I mean, my fan. I done got hot.
What's going on, guys? Good afternoon. Of course, that's I think a lot of people go to social media for different things. Some people go to social media for uh, to stay informed. Some people don't watch. A lot of people don't watch the news anymore. They get the news from the apps of that, on social media. Some people go to social media to get uh, gossip and just find out what's going on. You know, some people go to social media just to see what's trending. That's on the right side. If you go on Twitter, you see what's trending of that day. And then a lot of people just go there just to see who's getting on whose ass today, or who done messed up last night, or who done got in trouble, because it's quicker than waiting until 12 o'clock, 5 o'clock, or the 10 o'clock news. So that's a lot of people. Now, when it comes to the frivolous stuff, there's a lot of people who want a different, you hear one thing, then you hear another thing. And then if one person telling you that red is the color, another person telling you that blue is the color, and you haven't been professed in how to troubleshoot or ask those questions, the magic question, then you waiting that voiceless to come along, and that'll tell you a little bit about this and that. Now you're like, okay, that's the independent one. And you're going to put your belief into the independent one. But mind you, the independent one don't want you to know. It will hide behind the wall or the virtual mask. So that, and if you knew who that independent one is, here's my question. How do you guys know that independent one isn't a member of my family? What would you think about that? So all of the ones that hoorah and say, yeah, get him, tell the truth. We're following you. We're gonna follow you into the sunset, you're the movement. How do you know?
Okay, Brian Colangelo, but keep going.
I'm just saying, how do you know? That's the magic question. How do you know we're not in cahoots? Do you guys understand?
But it's still sad. If y'all in cahoots, it's sad.
Okay, but if that's the way to get those people's attention and make and remember, it's mind. How they say on the movie Friday, mind control over Debo. So if that's the way to get mind control over Debo, then people are gonna do it by any means necessary. If that's true, I'm just letting you know. So shouldn't you want to know who that person is? Because before you get too far down the road of following them with their beliefs and paralleling your thoughts with those thoughts, and shouldn't you want to know? Because if you don't, what if you don't? And it becomes like the old skit we use all the time about Clayton Bigsby. Remember, that's a Dave Chappelle skit from a few years back.
I can't believe you remember
that's the name of the character, Clayton Bigsby.
I'm telling you,
this was a black man who was blind, who thought he was white, and he was a member of the Ku Klux Klan. Never took off his mask, so they didn't know what he was. But they loved. He wrote 2 or 3 books in the skit. Books was bestsellers. And he got a chance. They invited him to come and speak, and he spoke at one of the Klan rallies. And they got to find him up. I ought to take I'm not scared. I ought to take my mask off right now. And they like, take it off. Take it off. Take it off. And Clayton Bigsby grabbed that mask and took it off, and all those people realized he was black. Next thing you know, the skit ended with a big sound of poof, meaning somebody shot him.
I know they whooped his. Yes. Yeah.
So my point is, how do you know you follow Clayton Bigsby's and don't care who they are? As long as they give you the intel to make you feel good, that And that's all I'm saying.
That makes
And my thing is, guess what? You get, and for those, that's what some people don't really care. It's just fun. It's fun.
okay.
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 Just
Jimmy, it
remember
ain't
that.
fun.
So when it comes around to you, don't try to get me to go find out and ask you who it is when it hits close home to your ass. You know, because otherwise you live right or you do right by these kids. That's the whole thing. And you know, and as you see, certain ones supposed to be uh, uh, enforcers or gatekeepers of the truth. You know what happens then? You notice that person, that Clayton Bigsby, all of a sudden they stopped putting out the truth about certain people because it became so one-sided because some people were doing so much wrong in this area towards or not doing right. To as it seemed like they were piling on and angling towards one and not the other. And that's when it ended up happening. Bottom line is you got to ask questions. I tell you guys all the time. If you ask enough questions, trust me, you don't read enough. So just ask questions from those and troubleshoot.
But Jimmy,
without
ask questions. You can't, because some of them people asking questions of some of these people who don't, from the wrong people. All information ain't good information, Jimmy. It's information.
Yeah. I mean,
if you come
how do
ask
you
me,
know the
Jimmy,
right? How do
Jimmy,
you know the right people?
Jimmy, all these degrees I got. If you come and ask me how to fly a plane, I can tell you, but guess what? I don't know what the hell to do with a damn plane. But Robert should know everything. Robert should know. Hell no, I don't know how to. Because if I fly this plane, all us dying. And sometimes we got to take this that serious, parents. If you letting Junebug fly this plane, boy, y'all gonna be in a hell of a pickle.
So that's, I mean, it's
Okay.
I mean, for those, I mean, guess what? You follow your nose. Then Toucan Sam yourself to death.
Ooh.
You know, in regards to this stuff. But one thing about it,
it's funny. It's funny to me.
Let's straight. It's like 2 or 3 different topics I want to twine into one, and then
Let's
of course we're going, and that is one is, you guys are really, you really tickle me sometime and I asked the question. I think somebody had posted on social media the other day about another reference to what Dallas does and what Houston ain't doing, and how they got, all these guys that are ranked or whatnot or in the country, and then Teddy kind of lit that candle again yesterday when I explained, he had heard one of the things I explained before about having a block. Like we got elections and they have a certain ticket, but you run with this and this and this and this, but you can't make the ticket be that too long because it ain't gonna get nobody in. If you ever try to get in the concert and do say, man, I got you, who with you? I got one with me, and they really don't want nobody to be with you.
Hello.
But if you got somebody with you, if somebody said they got a pass for you backstage or they got something for you, you need to go by yourself. Then you go by yourself, you get yourself in first. Then you can call and see what's going on. When you come in, always make good with that door guy, that first guy at the door. You always say something to him, a knock joke. I don't give a damn what it is. That way to make him remember you in a positive, laughable nature when you get ready to come out the door. Because you might not have a band on. You might not have a ticket. If you remember you, he gonna be like, oh, yeah, I remember you going on in. You got to say something. Like one time I told a guy, I walked through the back and man, look at you, man. Look at, while I'm wearing baseball caps a lot of time, big old cats. Say, young fella, you step your game up, get you one of these right there. Matter of fact, what size you wear? So now I know he remembers me. I done talked my way in. I ain't had no pass at all. Walk right on in. Come on back through the big fella. This might go what you got on right now, man. I don't know, man. But now you talked your way in. My point is this: is when in these situations, we have the Dallas has in Houston has long had peaks and valleys. This documented. Dallas will have their 2 or 3 years. Houston will have their 2 or 3 years. Dallas will have a year. Houston will have a year. It's been historically. The talent has been bop, 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 bop in the greater Houston versus DFW. Now, all of a sudden, over the last 10 years, they've had more McDonald All-Americans. Now, all of a sudden, the world, everybody turns into Chicken Little. Remember the old fable had with Chicken Little? Chicken Little was the character that always said the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Right? So here's the thing. Somebody got to have the most McDonald All-Americans. If you are grading on that, how do you remember a year ago I produced the numbers? We went and dug it all up. And thanks to Mitch Malone out of DFW, he does a running list every year. And the list is that he used for his measuring stick is who has the most NBA players. Guess what area had the most NBA players last year?
Houston.
DFW or Houston or Greater Houston?
Last year, Houston.
We did. Mm-hmm. So where was all that? And you guys were still DFW got it going on. DFW got it this, that. So we had the most McDonald All-Americans in a couple of years out of those last few. Still in those years, DFW got it going on. DFW got it going on. So then my thing is, what do you use now? I went and I produced and I published in the magazine, thanks to Doug Jones. And if you guys go to page 80, if you have one, I know the page by heart. Page 80. And page 80 is, look at it, let me hold it up to you. This is all of the players that's on Division I rosters in Greater Houston, right? Right? All of the players. Now, look right there. Right there. Which area has the most D1 players, has the most players on D1 rosters? Greater Houston has more. 167 to 136. Guess what? Doug Jones, he may be off 1 or 2. I guarantee you he ain't off 30. You follow him? Because sometimes you look on those rosters, and let's say if there's a kid from Africa that went to your high school in your area, his home city, when they get to his roster, they're going to list his home city. Remember when Kelly Oubre went to Kansas, his home city, when he went to Kansas, it said New Orleans. So sometimes if Doug don't recognize the name, you might miss 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Yeah, you ain't missing 30. So if we have more, what's more important to you guys? What's more important? That's the thing. Now, to a guy, Hatter, his profession, it may be who has the most possible pro prospects every year. Then guess what? That's the most important thing that you judge by. But if that's what you're judging by, keep it in that space. Don't change and switch gears on this shit 2 years from now when you don't have it. You see? And when you don't have it, give props to where they're due. Or if you feel like being slighted, then acknowledge it, just like you acknowledge that they were better across the street. Acknowledge when your ass is on top. You get quiet, that's backwards. They the one supposed to get quiet when you on top. What it is, you're producing the most Division I players. And you feel like you're losing. If it's a race to you, for those who are racing, you're producing the most Division I players. This ain't just this year. I've done this stuff before. I got magazines, not a magazine. I got proof every year running backwards. I can count them on one hand the amount of years that DFW had more Division I's than Houston, Greater Houston. No, they say, well, y'all got more mileage. No, it's the same square mileage.
Hey, Jimmy, your best friend just said something. I'm going to put it on the screen. I
What's
want
that?
you to answer this because he said I be getting on it. So I'm gonna let you answer that. I want to know. He said it has to be about pros. Why does it has to be about pros? Clarence Harris, you know it.
That I would love to know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Why does
Why
it have
does
to
it
be about
has to be
pro?
about pros? Gotta understand. That's the top 1% in the world.
Exactly.
God got something to do with that. We can't control that. But if we constantly putting out high school players, we can control that more than we can control one of these kids going pro. I'm just telling you, Clarence. Clarence Harris, in my 30 years of expertise, you probably know more than me, Clarence Harris. I can tell you mostly who can play in college and on what level. Jimmy been doing that for years. But you can't just come and tell me this one gonna be the pro. Because some of the ones we think are the pros, they ain't the pros right now. Matter of fact, I got a whole list, Jimmy, of NBA free agents that's not pros anymore. I got a whole list of guys going overseas that they still pros because technically if you play overseas, you're a pro. But when you're saying pro, are you talking about NBA pro? Because, Jimmy, you got to watch that because they'll slip that in on you. So, Clarence Harris, I know you're not shy. What do you mean it has to be about pros? You mean it has to be about the NBA? Explain it. I guess I tried to talk long enough for him to put something on. Totally.
Yeah, and we wait to see what he.
No, he just said totally agree. So far, keep going. I don't know. Forget. I don't know. Come on, Jimmy. My bad.
Well,
I was trying to get his question out.
If
He didn't check it out on
McDonald's All Americans is what you're using to measure for, so that means, and guess what? It's one of those things where to me, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna give benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna try to be as I won't say neutral, but as non-biased as I can about this. If there's no wrong answer, let's just put it like that. Okay. I just like to know what your ideology is, what the way you think. What are you using to measure? What do you use to measure it? Because, like I said, if a person is in the sports representation business, then the most important the most important measuring tool is how many potential pros are coming out that area.
That's it. Yeah.
If a person is just say a national rankings portal, then it might be a splash of potential pros with they're concerned with who's the best in that area. If it's a local metropolitan person, then their thing is just probably just identifying all of the college prospects that they can find and sorting them together on a list for the haves, meaning that the powerful, big budgeted Division Ones, and the have-nots, those who have to ride in vans or buses to every game that they play. Damn near. But the vast majority of the players are not Division I players. So those are the voiceless in these comparisons. But they're the majority of the people that are bouncing basketballs. The vast majority. Put it like this. Whatever game you go, the next time you attend a high school basketball game, any one of you, I'm just curious. Because that way we can, by the next week, I want to revisit this topic. This is a homework assignment for you. Whatever game it is, write it down, the date, and write down how many Division I players that you saw on the floor. Future D1 players. Let's see how good your eyeballs is. I mean, it don't take much to tell a bona fide Division I player. But then the borderline ones, it might be tougher. But still, I just want to know. Just curious. It don't even matter the names. Just let me know the matchup. Because the names, I don't want, that's not important. If you go to the game tonight and watch Atascocita play against Westfield, Tascasita and Westfield, they're both ranked in the top 10 in the state. Right? Well, Westfield is undefeated. And not a single one of their upperclassmen has a Division I offer between both teams. Both of those teams are ranked in the top 10 in the state, have multiple college prospects, college players, multiple players that's going to be probably playing college basketball next year, maybe. But no upperclassman has a single Division I offer. If you go to that game, let me know how many Division I players you see on the floor tonight. This stuff ain't easy. And people toss this stuff around as I segue into the next topic. People toss this stuff around as though it is simplified and it's easy. It's simple, simply because you make your investment in your babies for the quest to get. Think about this. It's like a presidential election. About how much money they spend on the average when they run for an election? Governor, president.
It's just in the million. You got to remember the
How much
senator.
the job pay? How much did the job pay? How much does
the job don't pay nothing. The job don't pay. No, job don't pay. Might be $100.
I think the president get about $280,000.
Yeah. But they spend millions. Yeah,
but you're going to spend millions to get this.
Right.
Thank you. It's for the power, which in the power can yield, if you use it properly, it can yield you a lifetime of amenities. That's the thing about this. So you spend your money in the grassroots basketball, into trainings, into trips, into workout, into different things to get your babies better, in hopes that you can get. Think about it. And at the end of the day, a lot of the parents know what they do when the kids get to be in the 12th grade. When the kids get to be in the 12th grade, that's when the parents get out the calculator. The parent get at that time right there, they start to get that calculator on your cell phone. You used to get an actual calculator. Now you get your cell phone and you get that calculator app. Every one of you parents that has an upperclassman has done it at least once. And you start thinking about all the money that you done spent. Then you hit the wrong damn button. You hit the C when you should have hit the plus. Now you got to start all over and you're more mad. You're more pissed off. Now you're going through this, and you're realizing that what they call you upside. You ever been had one of them car, the kinfolk had a car, and they upside down, right? That means what it is. You owe more on the car than what it's worth. That means upside down. You owe more.
Yeah. I know some people that have been in that situation.
Right? So that means you stuck. You stuck with it. You have to make a business decision. This is what I'm saying. A lot of people are. They realize you didn't invest it more, and the return on the investment does not appear to be there, because those smaller schools, and here's where the problem is. I understand why so many people run from the non-Division I schools.
What you mean run from them?
Run from them, mean they avoid them. When they come to recruit your babies, you don't want to even hear about it. You don't even want to until it's too late. You know why? Because many of those aren't free.
Okay, I can understand that.
They cost money.
I can understand that.
And you've been led to believe that if he can play, your baby should get it free. Just because he got a pair of tennis shoes on the sneaker team here and there. But my thing is, guys, be smarter. Be smarter. Nobody made you go and invest your money into that. Your son might have wanted to play, and have conversations with your babies. Healthy conversations with your babies, because a lot of these kids are only playing the sport just because they think it makes you happy.
Jimmy, I promise you.
And that's the wrong reason.
I saw a kid starting on a basketball team last week. And his number, I wouldn't call his name out. I don't know. I do know his name because I looked at the roster. But Jimmy, I promise you, the way that kid was playing, and he started, he was not out there trying to get a college education. Seemed like he was out there for somebody else. And I promise you, whenever I see this young man, I am gonna go up to him and ask. And he's a senior. And he just seemed like he did not want to be. He wanted to be anywhere else but at a damn basketball game. And so I've been seeing that, Jimmy, a lot. I mean, but this kid, it just caught my eye. I just watched him. How he went out the game. See, I tell you kids, y'all watch what you do when you get subbed out the game. I watched him getting subbed out and his reaction. So, but you're right, Jimmy. And I think what you're trying to tell the parents to just reevaluate this basketball thing. Everybody ain't gonna play in college, and I keep trying to tell y'all that. And I know, well, you ain't talking about my son, and I might not be talking about your son, but I'm talking about somebody's son ain't gonna play. It ain't enough spots. Somebody sent me this the other day. It's just we got to get better at math. And I'm Jimmy. We got to get, here it is right here. They sent this, and I know y'all probably saw this because it's circling around. If you play D1 basketball, if you play D1, you're a stud. If you play D2, you are a stud. If you play D3, you are a stud. If you play NAIA, you are a stud. If you play at a JUCO, you are a stud. Only 7% of high school athletes become college athletes. 7, parents. I need to put that in the middle of the damn screen. 7% of high school athletes become college athletes. It doesn't matter what level you are. Be proud and be grateful. Be proud and be grateful, man. If you can make it and play basketball in college, I told you about the little young fella. I know he couldn't play dead. I'm the one that told him how to do a right hand. He didn't even know how to do a right hand layup, and he right hand. Now this kid is playing in college. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I did not see that. I ain't never tell him, hey man, you keep this up, you're gonna play in college. He just said, I just want to learn how to play. And I said, okay. And now the kid playing in college. But Jimmy, it don't have Jimmy. But everybody, Brandy, is not gonna play in college. But guess what? You want to be connected to this game. There's so many things you can do to be connected to the game. Don't get mad because you don't make the team. Be the stat guy. Them analytics guys making a whole lot of bread. Be the smartest man on the team. Guess what? You might listen. And I love basketball, y'all. Y'all got to hear me. And guess what? I'm a parent too. My son said, Dad, I ain't about to go overseas and I'm not about to play in no G League. I was Jimmy, me personally. I ain't tell him. I was trying to act cool. Don't tell him I did it. But on the inside, damn, man, I'm going to miss you playing. I like the way your little, you crazy. Got a lot of, what y'all call it? He got that it factor. So I didn't want him to stop playing. But guess what? He stopped, mama. Great college career. Kept getting hurt every damn year. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Every year he got hurt. And all I go back and say, damn, I love this game just as much as y'all love y'all sons playing this game. But listen, mamas, it's going to stop. 7%, 7% of all of our babies all over the world going to play in college. So consider if he go to Boogaloo State, you better be down there every day cheering for him because a lot of kids didn't make it to Boogaloo State. I had to share that, Jimmy, because that just been on my heart for a long time. I didn't know that's a subject I know a subject that you were talking about because I know just the industry you in. And shout out to you and Doug and Alan Branch and you guys. You know why? Because we look at the game different. I know you didn't understand what I was saying, but now you understand. When I come to a game, I'm looking at who can be a pro. Jimmy know what level all these little boys can play on in college. That's a skill. I listen. I ain't even trying to have that skill. Because, listen, I already got a guy that can do that. I got guys can do that. My job is wherever I watch a game, I'm trying to see who can help. Listen to me. Can help an NBA team win games. Because that's the guy who gonna have more than one contract. A lot of guys, y'all, if y'all noticing this, a lot of guys go through that first contract, Jimmy, but they don't get to that second one. And that's I just wanted to I just wanted to add on to what you said. It's a skill in what y'all doing, man.
You know what I wish?
Uh-huh.
I wish that some people, I wish it was a way that we can just put our reputation on these projectors, on the projections of these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because when a person is talking to you, the parent, pretty much everybody you talk to is gonna make you believe that they are pro you, pro your kid. They for him. Hey man, he looking good. He look good tonight. I like what I saw. And same guy go home and write some stuff in the report. He was garbage.
Trash.
I'm just telling you. I wish it was a way. And if you guys would probably be asked them, what level is my son? But not just one person. Pick any odd number, whether it be 3 people or 5 people that's not related to you, that you've never put a penny in their pocket before. And ask them, what level do you think my son is? Now, that's like one of those things. Boyfriend meets girlfriend, y'all been together 1 month, and you're gonna have the audacity, the gall to ask that mate, do you love me? Be prepared for the answer. Then at the same time, well, I ain't gonna even go to another analogy. So understand something. Ask the question, what level do you think my son is? And here's what I think, what I've learned over the years. It may sting, but it won't hurt. And if you tell them at first, your honest assessment, it may sting, but I promise you it won't hurt. If you wait and string that person along and make them, oh man, he's Division I. Hey man, everybody's slipping on your baby. They sleeping. Once again, it's me and you against the world. Nobody believes in your baby but me. You know what? He scored 30 on that dude. He got him ranked high. He scored 25 on him. Back when he was in the second grade, he scored 40 on this other kid. He got him ranked up high. They go to getting all those stats. And that's not the issue. The issue is, what level do you think? Because here's why I say that. If you ask the people these questions flat out, once you ask that question, now you got some way to hold them accountable. Because if the person says he is, and he's in the business, then make him prove to you to put a coach on your son right there on the spot, or have a coaches go and recruit and offer him a scholarship. Because even if he does put coaches on your son, trust me, I saw the game played. I've played the game. I just don't play with those toys no more. That's a difference. Like the old T.D. Jakes say, when I was a child, I spake as a child.
T.D. Jakes ain't the only one said that. Everybody said that.
Everybody said now. I heard T.D. Jakes say, you man in the talk, that'll get your attention. That'll get your attention. But you get me when I'm saying this. I don't have to play the coochie coo game, and I choose not to, because I felt that by social media being out there, understand something. There's so many ways to stimulate your minds and make you believe and make you buy into the bull that people are selling, that All I can do is control what's in my front of me, because you're going to believe what you want to believe. What Trey Phillips has a question right there. What does it say, Howard?
No, he said if you ask the right 3 to 5 people and the consensus is lower than D1, more likely you're not. Because if you're writing about, wait a minute, if you're writing about a child, hold on, what do you say? If you're writing about your child, they're not saying they're D1. Okay. No, but Jimmy, I want to bring some up. You said something that I live with to this day. I think about. You said he scored 30 points on Lil Johnny. He scored 30 points because it's a kid came to me one time and asked me why you had somebody, and he a pro now, but they was wondering why y'all had what's the guy Christian James, Daniel Utume, why you had Christian James over him. Man, I hit this on him. I hit this and I said, but he's a different prospect than you. And now both of them, Jimmy. Christian James went to Oklahoma. Daniel went to Akron, but then he wind up going to USC. So he caught up, and both of them overseas. But that ain't what you were projecting. But I saw some, y'all, and I want y'all to take a look at this. I'm gonna show you what I have to live with every day. When my son was in college, I think he was in a senior year. They played against, came here to Houston and had a crazy game, but left Houston and went to USC and had one of his best games against USC, right? USC had a guy coming off the bench named DeAnthony Melton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I asked Robert, do he know the guy? He said, no, he wasn't on the scouting report. DeAnthony Melton was not on the scouting report. My son was the leading scorer in the game against USC. Okay, it's Google. It's on YouTube. You can go watch it. DeAnthony Melton is now one of the starting instrumental pieces on Memphis Grizzlies team. Just got a new contract. He wasn't even on the scouting report. Rob, I told when he got drafted, I asked Robert. I said, Robert, do you remember this dude? He said, Dad, he wasn't on the scouting report. I don't even remember him. He was a highly touted guy because what? He went to USC. But when we played them, it's on YouTube. He wasn't even nothing, but now he's a millionaire. So I could have said, man, Robert outscored that dude. Man, Robert killed that dude at USC. Man, he need to be on the Memphis Grizzlies. Y'all, it don't work like that. It just don't work like that. And that's the closest example that I can get you that happened right in front of my face. DeAnthony Melton, go look him up. Great player for the Grizzlies right now. Unbelievable. But keep going,
Yeah,
Jim.
I mean, and so we my the point, of course, my point is, one of the points is, when you guys I know it's hard, but if you really mean, and the thing is, people that are influencing you, they can only influence you as far as you allow them or you invite them to. Meaning that you have the power to say no, or I'm good, or this is what we gonna take this off. I had a person that came to me this past weekend, and when I was in the gym, they was telling me that somebody had a junior college offer, and well, what should he do? I say, well, if he goes and take that JUCO offer, here's what's at stake. I say, what happens? The risk is, if that's all he have and you have not saved for his college, what happens if an upcoming game he tears up his leg and he's out for the year? So do you think that junior college is going to still have the offer on the table and waiting on him? I say, so what will happen is that money, whatever it costs to go to that school, you will have squandered it chasing something else that's visibly not there right now. Even if you committed to the junior college, you still can go to D1. D1, they'll give you the release. They'll give you the release for Division One. It's not. And so I don't know. Like I said, ask the coaches that's recruiting you or that's calling you. Trust me. And they're calling you. They have like a doctor. They got 15-minute slot to talk to you. Like you go to the doctors. All doctors' appointments are made in 15-minute increments. I don't know if you know that or not. If you ever go to the doctor's appointment, you ain't getting no appointment at 10 after 1 or 1:05. It's gonna either be 1, 1:15, 1:30, 1:45, 2 o'clock. They're in 15-minute increments. So I mean, whatever you get done, they're getting your butt in and getting your butt out of there. The next one coming in 15 minutes.
I don't know what doctor you go to.
You make appointments. Watch. Now, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. You might have 2 doctors in the office, and they might be parlaying them 15 minutes, but they're in 15 minutes on the schedule, on the books, as many as. They don't mean everybody gonna cram in 4 patients in 1 hour either, depending on their practice. But back to this stuff right here. I just want you guys to do better on that and be able to, like I say, ask the magic questions. And because of the fact that in due time, and on the flip side, I know that it's kind of, a lot of people want ink. A lot of people want videos for their baby. But nowadays, you can buy videos. These guys, every guy that has a camera on the baseline, from Jeffrey Day to Archie, you email them, they are far higher. Jeffrey Day is going over to watch a game at 4 o'clock today and film a game. And guess what? That's right. That's his business. RCS Sports has helped his business. Well, that's his secondary business. He's a teacher by day. And so, but my thing is this: how I got the magic question that I even asked Jeffrey Day. For you guys that get the videos made of your kids, what do you do with those videos? Now, I know the guy that makes the film, he makes a highlight tape.
That's a good question.
He puts it out on his website. So I asked the other day, they was like, man, yeah, I said, I understand it. But what do they do? What do you do with those videos? And I'm really being sincere. It ain't no trap question or not. I just want to know for my own intel, what do you, understand, other than keep them in your library of files, of internet files, because they're going to email you the file you keep. But is that all you do with them? What do you do with them? What do you do with those? Because I'm just curious. Do you send them to Doug Jones? Do you send them to Mike Kunstadt? Do you send them to Alan Branch? Because most people,
that's a good point,
who have to buy the video service, are not Division I prospects. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. I'm talking about at the high school level. Now, everything goes in the middle school level. That's not at the high school level. You're in high school. Mm-hmm. The vast majority of you and it's not a bad thing. It's kind of, so it's not to embarrass nobody. I'm just curious to know, okay, what are you doing with them? So do you get the footage and do you send it to LSU? They're not.
Hold up, Jimmy. Steve just helped. He said they place it in a recruiting package or their portfolio.
Okay. So do you? So I'm saying, so if you get that, so you get the guy to come make the video. He makes that one tape of your babies, and you keep that one tape, and it goes in your electronic portfolio. Okay. Now, who do you send that to? Who do you send that to? That's what I was getting to just now. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Mr. Hayes. I'm just curious. I'm not getting on nobody. I promise you. I'm not asking you something that I already know the answer to in this topic right now. Because most of the coaches that I deal with are Division I coaches. You see the difference? However, most of those non-Division I coaches, here's where the connection come in at. They don't subscribe to me because they think they can't afford me. And that's not true. I promise you that. But I don't have the time. I have not made the time I don't do solicitations. Everybody that subscribes to me, 90% of them is by word of mouth or by association from somebody, from another college coach. So I don't go and do I have no, not saying I won't do it. I just haven't made the time.
And Jimmy, Clarence Harris, I find that this is the first time ever I agree with what he said. But there's nothing wrong with videos of your baby for yourself and your kids, because you have these memories.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What if them people didn't video my son's game? I couldn't have just Kevin Freitman just looked the game up his own. So I'm glad he don't play no more. But guess what? It's on YouTube forever. So guess what? It makes sense.
So if that's the reason. So I'm okay. So if that's the reason, I'm just curious.
I didn't video it. They videoed and put it up there. I didn't do it.
So like I said, Stephen Hayes, he puts his in the portfolio, which is great. But now the thing is, in that portfolio, be advised, the chances are highly likely that if your son is in high school and you have to purchase a video highlight package, then chances are your son is not a Division I prospect. Let me explain to you the why. Because I've talked to the video guys. Now, I don't know the answers to what you do, but I know what they do. I've talked to Archie and I've talked with Jeffrey Day about this very topic.
Them two good guys to talk to.
In the area, right? About this topic. I've talked to others, but not about this topic.
Yeah.
And if your son, let's say, if he's Jalen Lowe, right? If I'm going to, and I know that college coaches are probably flirting with Jalen Lowe. He had Texas Tech and Oklahoma in the building the other night when I was there. I'm going to make that highlight video of him pro bono. This is what they tell me. The top players, the Division I's. Because know what that does? It's going to make those college coaches, if they tag them in the video, then they may subscribe to their video services. See how this goes? So understand something. So they may do that because now if your kid is ranked below a Jalen Lowe or Wesley Yates or Chris Johnson or Jacob Cole, then guess what? And you see a mixtape, and if it's done right, you going what? Man, my son got step. I got to give me one of them. I like that. That's what it does. They used as bait. So they would do a video of that Division I player because they know it's more non-Division I's that will go and subscribe to them or go and hire them to come out and make that tape. That's the why. So I'm not joking with you guys when I'm asking you your thoughts as to what you do with them. And Herb Baker says, I send the video to college coaches that I have relationships with at schools that I feel the kid can play at. I have over 300 Division I coaches and close to 100 non-Division I. So what do you do with the video? Now understand something. Herb, you're not the parent. I'm asking the parent.
We ain't talking to you.
Yeah, I'm asking the parents, the people that's paying for the videos. Are you getting them just as a collectible? Are you getting them just to run across the screen at the senior graduation picnic party or whatnot? What are you getting them to run at the birthday party? Are you getting them for just memories? But my thing is, even if that's what you're doing with them, I'm going to tell you what you should be doing with them if you have not already. Simply look around and identify all of the non-Division I schools that are within your region. You contact them. All of their emails are on their websites. You look at the school, you look at the roster, look on the coaches, and lo and behold, there's an email address. It's on all schools pretty much nowadays. Used to be, you had to hunt for it. Email address right there. Copy, paste your info. Change the name of the coach. Make sure you put the name of the coach in there. That way it has some type of singularity to it. and send it to those coaches. Go conference by conference in your region.
And Glenn, we know that. Glenn, I'll put this up on the screen, Glenn. I'm finna. That's a good one. Glenn Bishop said, Jimmy, Hicks and Hatter, some fathers don't mean any harm. We don't know the recruiting process. And Glenn Bishop, I didn't know it either. We just love our child and we want to give them their opportunity at any college. We understand that, Glenn Bishop. I didn't know the recruiting game. I just knew that he good enough to play because I didn't play, and some fathers don't. I guess I knew more than some fathers. I knew he can play in college, right? And I knew I knew where I wanted him to go. But so I guess that don't help me. But I was in a position that I didn't know the game. I never asked nobody about the game because I had it already figured out where I thought I wanted him to play. But we do understand that the fathers don't mean no harm. We understand y'all just love y'all kids. That's why we on this show telling you, Glenn. Glenn, you're not paying me and Jimmy to do this. We giving you this. We giving you this. I don't really know why. It got to be a higher power than me and Jimmy. So it's got to be a higher power to have this kind of commitment. Do y'all know? Sometimes Jimmy have to explain to people because sometimes we give them facts and they want to know. Do you know the commitment it takes to make sure this show come on at 12 o'clock every day for 4 days a week? To two guys that have to fly out and fly back in and fly back in. Y'all don't know what the hell we be doing when the show is off. Y'all don't know the commitments I have to tell everybody. Don't book me from here. From 12 to 2. I don't want to take nothing. You can't take, y'all don't know the commitment. So just like you understand, we don't understand. You got to understand what we're trying, especially Jimmy got another purpose for this. He do this for a living. I lived through it. I'm going to repeat that. He is a pro at this, but I lived and survived through it. So every day, whenever I give you some information, it's coming from a place that hopes you, Glenn Bishop, do not have to go through a lot of the mess. You can skip over some steps. That's all. You don't have to bump your head on this step. You don't have to trip on this step. You might trip on some steps now, but on a couple of these steps, me and Jimmy gonna help, and Chris Walker, we gonna help you navigate. So understand, quit being. Some people are so sensitive. I'm not saying you are, Glenn, but some people be so sensitive. All we doing is giving you information. Take the information where it applies to you, not to somebody else. You are one of a kind. Your son is one of a kind. God broke the mold when he made your son. Ain't but one of them. So his path is his path. So I just want to just understand, we know Alex Sestero, you got a son. But his path gonna be his path. His path is not gonna be nobody else's path. And once we understand that, say, look, this is what I want to do for my son. This how good he is. Jimmy, how good, what level can my son stay? RCS Sports, what's that, Jimmy? RCS Sports at USA.com. Look at me, goddamn, I know it. I know it by heart.
RCS at USA.com.
RCS, yeah, I'm sorry, RCS.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
You follow me, Glenn? Glenn, your son, he told you earlier, you might not have been on here. Go ask about especially ask him. I would ask Doug Jones. I'm just giving you people. I would ask Herb Baker. I would ask Ken Gamble. If any relationship with these guys, I would ask Jeffrey Day. I would ask Gary Carter, Bobby Benjamin. I would ask these guys. And the reason I'm giving you these guys, because I have vetted these guys. I've seen what these guys can do. And they ain't perfect. Boy, Herb might piss you off about 4 or 5 times. But don't listen to how he said. Get the information. Because mom and daddy, that's all you want is the information. And you take that information and say, man, hey man, what level do you think my son can play on? That's the magic question. And they gonna say, and Jimmy's favorite thing, Jimmy, I think I put it up there. Hold up, Jimmy, I think I got it in it. And Jimmy, you gonna tell him right now. Right now he this. Right now he this. But y'all got some qualified guys, and I just named them in this business. Now, if y'all go off to mess with somebody else, then you're on your own. You're on your own. I just gave you, and it's more out here. So I don't, listen to me. I don't mean to slight the people that I can't call every damn name. You know, it ain't my job. But these guys here that I've seen what they've done, I've watched what they've done. I've vetted them. You know how you know what vet? Go look that up. I've researched. They come with references. I kind of know what they do. So use this as a platform. That's why you can't let nobody damage this platform. You can't let nobody, even if your friends don't like, dude, they helping me out. You know, because everybody don't want to see you happy now. You follow me? Everybody don't want to see little Johnny get that scholarship because they mama, they son didn't get it. Everybody's not going to like you. So thank you, Glenn. I love that. But Jimmy, believe you me, he know y'all love y'all kids. He know, I know y'all, I love mine. But guess what? Us as daddies, we got to groom them and put them in a position where they can succeed. Not go reaching for things that we can't. If he ain't, he might can't go to Baylor. Most likely he's not going to Baylor. But guess what? He can go to Dallas Baptist, become an All-American. I've seen this happen. He can go to Dallas Baptist and become an All-American, become a NAIA Player of the Year. And guess what? Colorado State are coming and offer him a deal. I've seen that happen. So I'm telling y'all, the platform, not me and Jimmy, this platform is so great. Shaq asking me when I'm going to let him come on the show. You ain't tell me about the show. Hall of Famers that been on this show. So y'all, let's respect Jimmy. Let's respect the process. And I love that what Teddy said the other day. A lot of us are just not respecting people anymore. And I know a lot of y'all uptight. Ain't no telling what's going on in y'all life. That's why I said I try to be kind to everybody because everybody's fighting a battle. But we have to have more respect. You ain't got to lack them, but just respect them. You got me? Come on, Jimmy. What you got, baby? What else you got?
Yeah, so that's pretty much in that topic. You guys get it, and you understand where we're coming from on that. I'm looking at the comments, and
I did.
Just, we get better, and so now we'll ask you to share the show to your timelines, to your groups, to your pages. If you would take out the time right now, share the show as we go into another topic that I promised you guys you get today, and that is, I'm gonna give a shout out to Tarian Tack Minor.
Tonight,
they're going to have a. I'm trying to figure. I haven't gotten the confirmation. Is it a retirement of his jersey, or is it a jersey? Is it a ceremony honoring him?
How in the hell you don't know?
Yeah, because I never asked the question. That's a really important question because that way you describe it, I've heard it came to me 2 different ways, right? And so I'm texting the head coach tonight.
Please. Ain't this tonight, Jimmy?
Yes, it's tonight at 7:00
Uh-huh.
at Booker T. Washington High School in Houston. And they will be playing Clear Lake High School.
Okay.
And both the games actually should be a good game because Booker T. Washington is 4-1, and Clear Lake is they're like 10-2, something like that on the season. So it should be a really good game as well.
I might go out there tonight.
It's expected to be a packed house, which would be a great atmosphere because that means this is not the same building, they're not the same gymnasium that when Tack was in high school back in the class of 2003 that he played in. That's a whole new school. Booker T. Washington School has been reconstructed about 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. So it is nice. Their gym is twice as big, maybe 3 times as big as it was before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll be in the place tonight. But my thing is, and I promise you to give you guys and share with you guys. And I'm gonna get you guys, a lot of you old heads, if you're from H-Town.
Old head.
Yeah, call them old heads. Young bucks. I'm gonna call it, you get old when you call, you get old when you call young bucks old heads.
That's why I laugh.
So a lot of you old heads, check this out. What we'll do is I'm gonna do something de facto. Check this out.
Okay.
I got live on the Chop Shop.
You better not have him on the phone.
I got Vincent Grayson. He's the head boys basketball coach at Booker T. Washington High School. He didn't know I was going to put him on the Chop Shop, but I say, hell with it. I'll put him on there. Coach.
What's up, Coach?
Bro, what's going on? What's Hatter?
Yeah, what's up, baby?
No, what we do, Hatter?
Yeah.
Let's go to a quick commercial break. So you got to get this exclusive interview.
Okay.
Go to break.
Okay.
And then that way make sure I want to make sure that he ain't in the office or nothing. He ain't at the principal.
Okay.
Don't get him in trouble.
All right.
Make sure he's in a place where he can talk to us a little bit. Give him a chance to walk outside or something. So go to a quick break. Okay. You guys share the show. Come back. Got Coach Grace from Booker T. Washington going to join us and tell us about the ceremony tonight.
All right. Okay.
How are you going to be on the stage? How are you going to get from off the bench to on the floor? If you love basketball, you got to be passionate about what you do. You can't just play just to play.
If you really want it, you'll need to make sacrifices. You'll face doubt. You will fail. Whether or not you succeed, that choice.
The Cox Pradia Law Firm. Big city, big town, big settlement. Your fight is our fight. Need legal advice? You know who to call. Personal injury, wrongful death, car accidents, premise liability, serious injuries. 1-800-HURT-NOW.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. Jimmy, I see you still on mute. You done muted yourself, but you good. I had you on mute all the time, Jimmy. But what you got? Are we all right?
Yeah.
Is Coach all right?
Yeah, we got Coach Grayson. Actually, it's funny and ironic. The Chop Shop, we're getting better at being considerate of other people's time because Coach Grayson is actually administering a test.
What?
Yeah, STAAR test.
So they doing STAAR testing. So he had to come. He stepped out of the classroom. He has 1 minute to get with us real quick. So first question is, Coach, what's going on tonight? over at Booker T. Washington High School?
Well, tonight we are playing Clear Lake, which is a really good basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
And at halftime, we will be having a ceremony, kind of like a retirement of number 22, Tarian Takmana uniform tonight at halftime. I know you're going to speak for maybe a minute and a half or 2 minutes. I think it's Coach of LSU, Brady's supposed to speak for like a minute and a half or 2 minutes. And I got a phone call from Big King. He's an alumni of Booker T. Washington also. Big King, the rapper. I think you want to come through and say something about Takmana.
Big King, okay.
Big King, that's what's going on tonight at Booker T. Washington High School.
And of course, what time?
7:30. 7:30.
Oh, so the game is at 7:30, not 7. Okay, I want to make sure. I'm glad I asked that. So now you say the ceremony to retire the jersey. Now, technically, is there a rule in HISD that they recently implemented to restrict anyone's jersey from being retired?
I was told that there is a rule that you can't retire a jersey in HISD. You can't retire a jersey.
Okay.
But so you can call it something like a ceremony.
Okay.
So as long as I'm the coach at Booker T. Washington High School, I don't think we'll let nobody wear number 22.
Right.
So they say you can't legally retire a jersey in HISD.
I got you.
But,
I like that.
Coach, I know you have to get back to your class, and of course, I'll be in the building tonight. Thanks so much, man, for your time. We'll chop it up and reflect on that. I know it's gonna be laid out tonight.
And Jim, I'm gonna put a clock on you because he said you ain't got but a minute, and he must don't know you ain't.
No, it said a minute and a half. I gave him a minute that way. I know you were gonna start talking and mess it up. So that's what I did.
Hey, Grayson, I promise you, I'm gonna put him on the clock, and I'm gonna stop his ass right there at 1:30, at a minute.
You ain't gonna be there. You ain't gonna be there.
Yes, I am coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Yes, I am.
All right, Coach. That's Coach Grayson, guys. Of course, thanks so much, man. Coach, that is Coach Grayson, and as you see, we got him in there. And guess what? HISD. You cannot technically. Athletic department have technically restricted you from retiring a jersey. But as Coach Grayson said, as long as he there, ain't nobody wearing number 22. I said it the other day. That's all you gotta do. Just don't distribute that jersey to anybody as long as you there. And then the next guy coming in, if you send him an email or something, hey man, good luck on your job, taking my place at this job. But in the past, I had this guy's jersey, we didn't let it out to anyone. If you would do so, I surely appreciate it, and that's the thing. So spiritually, his jersey is being retired.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be hanging from the Raptors.
And see,
Jimmy, maybe not.
Jimmy, this is what pissed me off. You might have started a attack on his journey, but when he came to the pro-am, he was my point guard. You keep forgetting about that. I got so much flack from that shit. Boy, I ain't playing with him. I say, well, shit, you gonna find you another team. So he was my point guard too. Yo, I had the distinct honor of coaching him too.
I got the topic for you. Tomorrow.
Okay.
A topic tomorrow.
Okay.
That means you had first-hand experience of being on a team when other people complaining about you having the players shooting all the balls. So how did you deal with? Don't say it now. Tomorrow, we'll give you time to get your thoughts together and take your notes, get your index cards. How do you? Because a lot of people out there have been in that situation before. So understand, it's different. The stakes are higher because these were grown men. Yeah. But some of the tactics that you use possibly can transcend down.
I got you.
But that's the thing. So now, what I want to do with you guys, I'm gonna ask you guys. And of course, Herb Baker said a lot of people don't really know much about Takmana because historically we don't do a great job of relaying our history and just pounding it in on the newcomers. And yes, he was an All-American. He was actually ranked ahead of Chris Paul. I think one time it had about
I had that information somewhere.
About 10 years ago, about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I remember we was talking about Takmana. Yeah. And after one of the floods, I had a box of clippings and stuff, and I was telling you that about Tak back in those days, and you didn't know and he was ranked that high, and he had anointed as this and All-American. I said, man, I'm gonna send you all this stuff. And I gave it to you, and you read through that stuff, and you called back a couple of days later and say, oh my God, dude, this dude here was cold. And I was like, yeah. And you look at, and the thing about it, I'm glad like Grayson just said, Coach Brady is actually coming. Wow. Mm-hmm. Coach Brady was the head men's basketball coach at LSU. Let me get you some guys understand something. Tack Minor, when he went to LSU as a freshman, there were 4 guys that played in the NBA that was on this team. He started every game as a freshman. That's not easy to do. I didn't say he's ended up starting. He started the first game of the season, started the middle game of the season, started the last game of it. Every game he started as a freshman. That team went to the Final Four 2 years later when they were juniors. That was the year Tack Minor had a knee injury and did not play that season. They went to the Final Four without him. Lost, I think, to UConn. But back to my thing, my point is with Tack, I promised to give you guys, and I'll let you guys join me before we land the plane on this and end on a good note. I've made a list. And this list is my Super 16. Well, my 15 best guards who were under 6 feet tall from Greater Houston.
Oh, that's right.
Since 2000. Since 2000. Well, it's 20 years ago, 2001. Let's go 2001, right? That were under 6 feet tall when they graduated high school, right? So when they graduated high school, of course, 2001, the first guy on that list would be TJ Ford, right? Mm-hmm. Now, this is based on, remember, once again, when you start getting to these lists, Hatter, try to get me, before I start naming off names, make sure you help me out by laying some ground rules. What is this list based on?
What is this list based on?
I'm saying, yeah, that's me quick. That way now I can make the ground rules.
What is the list based on? Your list, what is it based on?
The high school career, the grassroots career during the high school.
Okay.
And high school career, grassroots career. Those are primary because we're talking about the guys, the top 15 when they were from high school players.
No pro. Now, you ain't worried about no pro.
No pro.
Okay, gotcha.
No.
Okay.
Now, if it
most
was a
of them
pro,
6 foot, most of those sub 6
foot. Let me tell you why.
Uh-huh.
If it was a pro, and that was the first prerequisite, that's why I'm glad we had that conversation from earlier.
Right.
Then guess who would be the first guy on the list? Ronnie Price, who wasn't ranked by nobody, but went to Clearbrook High School, came out in 2002, played 14 plus years in the NBA.
But he wouldn't be ranked ahead of TJ just because he played 14 years.
I didn't say rank. It's not a rankings. I'm going through the years. He would be coming up. I thought you said he would be number one. I thought you said he he came out in 02 instead of 01. Okay. So I went through the years. You're right. And so he would be a no-brainer. But no, it's not that.
Okay.
Under 6 foot, not how tall they are now. When they graduated high school, TJ Ford was still under 6 foot when he graduated high school.
Yes.
He might have pulled another inch somewhere in life. He was still 5 foot something, right?
Uh-huh.
So, and John Lucas III, that's also in the class of 2001. He has to go on that list. So, TJ Ford, John Lucas III. Here's another name in 2002. That was a bad boy. Larry Evans from Hightower High School. I think Larry Evans went to Clements, first, then transferred to Hightower. That's 3. Tack Minor, 2003. Under 6 foot tall. Remember, these are only under 6 foot tall at the time when they was in the 12th grade. I fast forward over to 2006. Nick Wise.
Oh, hell yeah.
I go to 2007. Jay Lucas. Right? BJ Holmes.
I like him. I never seen Jay Lucas, but I remember BJ Holmes.
Jay Lucas, BJ Holmes.
Mhm.
BJ Holmes went to Texas A&M. Jay Lucas went to Florida, then University of Texas. 2008. Meech Goodson. Meech
I liked him. Yes.
Dimitri Goodson was so good of an
Football
athlete.
player. He went
He went to
football.
Gonzaga for basketball.
Mhm.
Went to Gonzaga on scholarship for basketball. Ended up transferring to Baylor to play football and made it to the NFL.
Showed it.
And he was under 6 foot tall when he graduated high school. Meech Goodson. That's 2008.
I remember.
Let's go to 2009 when I have about 3 of them in 2009. Heather. It's the only year I got 3 players that was midgets. You know, that's the term we use on the chop shop to just a beloved term to just jug at some of our smaller guys.
Mhm.
So it's nothing. Everybody know to watch the show. If you're watching it for the first time, that's what we call the guys. I know it's wrong. We'll get better. God know our heart. I'm speaking on behalf of Hannah, man of the cloth. Now, 2009. How about this? Tommy Mason Griffin, Jamal Fenton,
Ray Penn.
and Ray Penn.
Oh, yeah. That
was a fun year in 2009. Because when you got 3 little bad jokers like that can ball
and go at each other.
I don't think y'all understand. Well, we'll get to this. I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Let me go. 2010.
Okay.
I got one.
Oh.
Darius Pee Wee Gardner.
Yes, sir. Winner supreme.
Pee Wee. He ran that thing. Yates High School he wasn't a scorer. He might be the least of all those guys in scoring. But boy, he knew how to run a team, and they commanded. He was a leader, and he won. Then guess what? Everybody love him to this day. All his teammates and classmates.
Jimmy, he's a leader right now.
Leader right now.
In the business community. Yes.
Darius Pee Wee Gardner. Let's go over to 2015 now. It's a gap because we ain't had no sharp ones that. Remember, we're talking about the top. I got 15 or 16, I think I named in this, of under 6 feet point guards that came out of Greater Houston, right? And in class of 2015, it's a guy who had a stellar high school career. In college, not so good, but anybody that knew him knew what the downfall was off the court, why his productivity dipped. People that know. Everybody has some kind of situation, so we just leave it like that. And his name is out of Beaumont. His name is Jordan Hunter. Jordan Hunter.
I liked him.
Was built like Tommy Mason Griffin.
Yes.
He was clutch.
Went to New Mexico, one of them New Mexico.
Went to New Mexico, had to leave, went to Lamar. Yeah. He had some, but you understand, this list ain't based on what you did after high school.
He was amazing in high school. You're right.
Right? He was amazing. He was box office. Everybody I'm listening right now, that I'm mentioning, every one of these kids, if they're playing, everybody knew want to see it. What the crowd was going to be like when they were playing.
Yes.
You ain't have to ask, man. You knew. It's a reason that you got on time their game because it might be sold out. Box office. Now, another guy. Box office. 2016. Carson Edwards is on that list.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2018. He's sub 6 foot. Kendrick K.D. Davis.
Yes, sir.
Sam Houston High School. Box office. 2019, Xavier Wheeler.
Yes.
Box office.
Yes, sir.
And of course, that's the list. But I'm gonna add another on there for 2020, just because he scored it so well in high school. And once again, college, it ain't.
Yeah,
It's
we ain't
different.
talking about college. Right.
But that little kid down in Silsbee a couple of years ago named Braylon Bush,
Ooh.
could shoot the hell out that ball.
wee.
He could score that ball.
Yes,
And when you
Yeah.
can shoot that ball like that,
absolutely.
you know what it does? It transfers over to the 35 and older league, to the 40 and over league, to the 50 and over league. Because once you know how to shoot that thing, you can shoot that thing.
It's a good point.
And those are those.
Those are good.
Now, let me know who we missed that should have been on that list.
LJ
And then
over
who
6
goes
feet,
off?
right? LJ over 6 feet. You consider him over?
Yeah, LJ was 6 foot. LJ was
Okay.
not 6. He was not
Okay.
5 foot something.
Okay.
He was
Okay.
6 foot tall.
I got you.
He was 6
Okay.
foot.
I was just,
Carlos Hurt was 6 foot tall.
Yeah, he was over.
When
Yeah. He
Carlos Hurt was TJ Ford was like 5'11". Carlos Hurt was 6 foot tall. These are guys that were under 6 foot
Hey,
tall
hey.
in the 12th grade.
But let me tell you something, Jimmy. We got a couple of guys didn't look at your criteria. Because they naming guys that the criteria don't matter. So go back and look at the show, and then y'all wouldn't be naming some of these names. It's some certain criteria that Jimmy did. Trey Bennett was pretty good at Milby. Yeah, he was good.
So now here's the thing. Who do you take off?
Yeah, you ain't going to take none of these people off for none of them.
Who do you take off? I like Trey Pinckney. Got Chuck McCown. Trey
Me too.
Pinckney was good. But this list.
He wasn't box
who goes-
office. Jimmy,
Who goes off?
Yeah,
Trey Pinckney wasn't box office.
He wasn't box office.
Chandre Jones.
Wasn't
Chandre
box
Jones was
office.
good.
But he wasn't
But
box
he-
office.
People wasn't saying Chandre Jones. They were saying
Kelly
Bush
Oubre.
played.
Kelly Oubre. Yeah.
Cameron Ridley was
Ridley.
playing.
Yeah.
They wasn't.
Yeah.
Chandre Jones wasn't the guy that you went and got out and get. I'm just saying.
No.
Great
player. But no, they didn't hit your criteria, Jimmy. They didn't.
Now, Rob Visa, what's going on? Rob Visa, he mentioned a kid from way back, a blast from the past, 20 years ago, named Jermaine Hawkins, went to Westfield High School. Jermaine was a lefty, and he played on that Hayes select team along with Lawrence Roberts and those guys.
Okay. That's a good list, Jim.
Jermaine Hawkins is right there and could make a case for that.
But you got to take somebody off.
Who
Jimmy,
do I
them
take
some
off?
killers
Who I
you
take
got.
off, Visa?
Jimmy, you some Jimmy. Every dude you named was a flat out box office. You had Jamal Fenton on there. I know you did, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
2009.
I'll never forget this, y'all. I go to a game. Me and Sam Cassell go to the game. He playing. I was there. Who he played at the Campbell Center? He played against somebody at the Campbell Center, Jimmy. Jamal Fenton. They played against him and Tommy or something. Played against each other. Who they played against?
Talking about the playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs.
In the playoffs, it was him versus straight Jesuit.
So he had to play against another
That
top
was
guard.
straight Jesuit, and it had Joey Brooks and all those guys. And Jamal went off, but they ended up winning the game.
We came the game looking for somebody. It might have been another game. But Sam Cassell said, who is that little dude right there?
Ooh, man.
That was my favorite guard, Jamal Fenton. I used to love to watch that kid play. I would show up to watch that guy play. Huh?
Now, here's the thing. And I'm like this. DJ Augustine was 6 foot tall.
Oh, yeah, he was. No, Jimmy. No, Jimmy.
He was
ain't,
6 foot.
He ain't 6 feet 9, Jimmy. Jimmy.
He's 6 foot.
Shit me.
Well, I mean, we could have counted. I didn't count DJ Augustine because of that
You
one
didn't count.
year.
Okay.
And I didn't-
But Jimmy, he was box
but I-
office because
you
he
know,
had me come watching.
Yeah, he was box office. Them little girls loved him because he was light skinned. Yellow
Yeah.
was in. And shout out to my friend. But yeah, I give an asterisk on DJ Augustine.
Okay, asterisk.
And
Okay.
Ziad. No, seriously, yeah, DJ Augustine could have been on that list from class 2006 easily.
Okay.
And what I could do is
Go
I
look
can
at his height.
expand the list. I can expand the list to 20. But who get these other 4 spots? So let's give DJ Augustine a spot. So really, we ain't got but 3 spots left, right? Right? DJ Augustine. I'm adding him on the list. So these last 3 spots. So I'm looking at the names you guys get.
Jimmy, they got to do it in a hurry because we got to get out of here.
No, I'm gonna write them down.
Okay.
That way I can when we first of all, here's a thought on this. in case you just tuned in,
DJ Griggs, coach.
DJ Griggs would definitely be in consideration.
Yeah.
But in high school, they didn't play the type of schedule that would have gave him the opportunity.
But he was a ninth grader playing on the big circuit on a 17 under team and help us win a lot too. So I had to throw him in.
So,
Coach, you said
who comes out?
No, we ain't taking nobody off. I thought you said you was expanding.
Oh, we're gonna add. So
yeah,
we're gonna add,
you ain't taking nobody.
Hold on. Let me add my possibles.
Yeah.
Let me see. You got DJ Griggs. You got Chandre Jones. Let me write these possibles. Ryan, somebody mentioned Antino and it's Antino, not Antonio. Antino Jackson.
Uh-huh.
And I got something to say in just a second. Somebody mentioned what's the little kid from Milby? What's the kid from Milby? Trey Bennett. Right. I'm writing all these possibles down. It's like we been. Somebody said,
"Hey, Herb said his high school career. Whose high school career? DJ used to average 40. So whose high school career that? I guess you must have missed some, Herb. Who? Oh, Herb, you said his high school career wasn't like any of these guys. I want to know who he talking about.
JJ Caldwell was not 5 foot something. He was 6 foot by the time in the 12th grade.
John Gillum gave work now.
Okay, now here's what I'm about to tell you.
Uh-huh.
Let's start with John Gillum. I remember in this thing, we can't read the book backwards. John Gillum was good in high school. But did you really go to a straight
He wasn't good in the summer.
Did you really go to a straight Jesuit game, say, I'm going to see John Gillum? Did he make you change your plans, cancel date night to go see them play? I mean, seriously. John Gillum, let's move over to Trey Bennett. Trey Bennett was, understand, he goes in that peg as the in that same slot as a Darius Pee Wee Gardner. Meaning that he wasn't the first option on the team. He wasn't the second option on the team. Maybe not have been the third option on the team. He didn't score a lot. He ran that team. And that team did win state. That team did for Milby High School 2004. We did go undefeated. But I think Trey Bennett's senior year was not, he went over to Yates and he did not maintain. That means it's kind of like you put a guy on his own team, take him from the power team, go on your own and see if you can have a magic one with those guys. That did not happen, Marcus Carroll, with Trey Bennett. He went to Yates, and if he was that good, you understand, we expect you to go undefeated to win state, but you would have worked some magic with those guys. And that's what I'm saying in regard to Trey Bennett. Chandre Jones, we talked about him, and Tino Jackson. If you're going to say Tino Jackson, hell, Isaiah Taylor.
No, Isaiah tall, Jimmy. He tall. Hell no. He was over 6 feet.
He was 6 foot.
Yeah.
And Tino played for Bel Air High School.
Who was Antino? I don't even remember him.
He played for Bel Air.
No, I like Dedrick Brazil.
Dedrick Brazil played at Milby.
No, He played at Madison.
I mean at Madison. I'm tripping.
That's all right.
He played at Madison. And Dedrick Brazil.
He wasn't box office, though.
Wasn't.
And I don't know how much he killed in the summer.
He wasn't quite the box office that we put on this.
No, Antino Jackson, hell no.
I wrote down all the names they put. I'm addressing each one of them. PJ Henry. I think you're reaching right now. PJ Henry. PJ Henry was solid at Shadow Creek. He was he was the first ever Division I player from Shadow Creek High School. But
summer basketball. You got to add it. Jimmy, sometimes Jimmy, they got to go back and hear the show. You didn't give them, you said they was some stalwarts in summer basketball and in high school basketball. You don't care about what they did in college. They had to be box office or something. Money Mike is, hold up. Melvin Dews. See, Jimmy, I can't help it. They put my boy name up here. I got to address it. Money Mike gonna have a chance. guess what? He gonna have a chance because everybody in the world, all he got to do
Man,
is be.
that dude's 6 foot tall already.
No. He just mentioned his name. We ain't talking about, he's 6 foot tall. Yeah, he tall. I'm just talking about, he asked me, does Money Mike have a chance to make
not
it
in this
field?
category. No, we talking about under 6 foot.
Oh, okay. My
Under
bad.
6
my
foot.
bad,
We're
my
not
bad.
going. That's what I'm saying.
Let's
See,
not
that's the
talk
whole
about
thing.
that. Okay.
And
okay.
guys, under 6 foot, and we're talking about only from the last 20 years, 2001 to now. So 1995,
Okay.
no. 2000, no. 99, no. 2001 to 2021. So that's what we're talking right now, and it's a good
Jim,
convo.
let's continue
And
this
I
tomorrow,
didn't know
Jimmy. I
that.
got to get out of here. Huh?
Yeah, thanks, Ron Curtis. And Mitch Goodson
Okay.
is still working for the Green Bay Packers.
That's good. That's a good job.
Wow. Tim Frazier was over 6 foot, man. He was 6 foot. He was 6
Hold
foot on the dot. Actually, was 6'1" when he got to college at Penn State. And but that's now you guys see. Great, healthy convo, but it is time. And
Jim, hold up. I got people asking about what is Money Mike's last name. His name Michael Collins. You better remember that name, boy. You better go now where you can see him pay for $5. Cause later on you're gonna have to pay a whole lot more to see Money Mike. Come on.
Oh hell, now you done got Lori talking. Now you got Lori fired up.
That's
Lori,
my man. I love that boy.
Lori was cool until y'all mentioned one of them kids from Madison, and she done got crunk now. You started talking about Dedrick Brazil. You start talking about Turner Mason Griffin. You start talking about anything Madison. Or Yates. Or Jones, you're going to get the business from Lori Dotson. That's for sure. Her babies went to all three of them schools.
Man, let me tell you, dude, that's a great topic, Jimmy. I'm glad you said that. But boy, thank y'all for asking about Money Mike. Y'all see how I brighten up today? I'm happy now. Let's go. Now I can go see Money Tack. Now I can go see the Taxter tonight.
Yeah, man. That's going to be a good night, man. Of course, good evening. Of course, once again, don't forget, go over to rcssports.com. RCS, then the word sports.com. And that website, we have a list of the top 10 games to see around Greater Houston. And also in the VIP news, we do a preview of those games. I did a preview of about 3 of them. That's bona fide matchups for today. Yes, I'm talking about.
Let me see what you're talking about.
Top teams in the state going head to head.
Let me see what you're talking
at different parts of Greater Houston. You have Westfield at Atascocita. Westfield is undefeated. You got undefeated Dickinson at Elkins. You got Beaumont United hosting Silsby again. That's just 3 of the games on tap tonight. Check out the website, RCS Sports. And while you're there, I promise you will love it. Go and get into the VIP news. And that VIP news is thick with intel. And also, Doug Jones, shout out to him, every Tuesday, he comes out with his list of the college freshmen that are on Division I rosters. I have a little article I put with that this morning and broke it down. There are 34 freshmen on Division I rosters from Greater Houston.
31?
Now that includes 34.
34. Okay. All right.
That includes red shirts and walk-ons.
Okay. All right.
Right? That includes red shirts and walk-ons.
Okay.
So that number is it's bloated, to say the least.
Okay.
But at the same time, guess how many of those
8
are playing double-digit minutes?
8
Are averaging double-digit minutes. It used to be 8 out of last week.
You went up on me?
It went down. It's 7 now.
Dang.
7 out of 34 players are averaging double-digit minutes at the Division I level. That means 27 of those. If you would have told them, you come to this school, man, you ain't going to play. Hey, man,
Jimmy,
I'm going to tell you
it's all right. See, I know y'all don't like it, Jimmy, but I understand it's hard, man, as a freshman. Man, the best thing about a freshman.
No, Halla, there's the thing. There's a lot of kids that go to certain schools that know when they get there that the chance for them to play is small.
Okay.
The window is small.
Okay.
Then there's others who thinking they coming there about to start.
They supposed to, Jimmy.
And then there, understand something, and we'll talk tomorrow and explain to you guys why certain people probably like certain people, they say the top player from Greater Houston last year was Ramon Walker. U of H won by 30 last night. And I explained to you why Ramon Walker didn't touch the floor. Just stay tuned for tomorrow. I give you that answer so you will understand he, along with several selected other guys, why they won't play or why you shouldn't expect them to play at this point of the season unless something happens. It's an if-then. We'll get that and a lot more. But right now, share the show on your way out the door. Great show today, guys. Appreciate everything. We need you to share that show one more time on your way out the door. And Rod Wells, keep that question for tomorrow. We'll dig that on tomorrow. But we on the way out the door now, guys. It's time to slide down Dino's back. Yabba dabba do this thing on this Tuesday. We up out of here. Peace for Robert Haller. This is Jim Hicks. It's time to get it on. We'll see you guys. Peace. We're about here.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop